know through the police records that there was some certain photographs on the computer. Did you know that he was on the computer at times looking at some of those photographs, pornography?
All right.
First of all, do you think Kathleen knew about those photographs on the computer?
My father had received a computer virus several months earlier. What the virus did is that it took all the files on your desktop and it snatched them up and it would email to everybody on his email list. Everything. So this would include book chapters, photographs, software, and including these pictures you're talking about. I was over at the house one weekend, like usual, watching a football game, and on my way into the TV room, I'd heard a discussion inside the kitchen that sounded pretty interesting. And I kind of creeped up closer into the kitchen, listening in. And it was Kathleen talking to my father about the photographs on his computer, saying, "I want you to get them off. These possibly could have been sent out to our friends, to our neighbors, and I want you to get them off. If you ever get this again, I don't want this to have to be a concern of ours." So it was a full conversation, completely acknowledging the fact.
And what was Kathleen's attitude at that time? I mean, was it anger or?
No, it was not anger at all. It was more of get them off the computer. Kathleen was a terrific woman. She's the only reason I ever saw my father happy. I never knew my father to be happy until Kathleen came along. She made a family out of nothing. She had a wonderful marriage with my father, and she took in Margaret and Martha and made them her own daughters. She is the single greatest source of happiness to the people that I hold so close to me. She made my father's life. She made Margaret and Martha's life, and I love her for that. Quite simply, she's done more for the people that I've known and loved, done more for them than anyone I've ever known. And I'll always love her for that.
Kathleen and I were enormously happy. Always. I mean, every now and then God, if we ever argued, it couldn't have been more than a couple of minutes. And her favorite thing to do of all would be to throw herself on her bed. And she would run upstairs and she'd throw herself on the bed. And it was just hysterical. We could never, ever be mad at each other. The only time she'd get mad at me because I'd be at the gym too long or something like that. We didn't compliment each other. That isn't even a good word. We just fit together perfectly. She was her own person, God knows, and I was my own person, but we just fitted around each other perfectly. So I don't care what anybody says about anything. It just could not be, it's not true and it can't be true. I know people think I obviously killed the person I love the most, but I cannot say that bothers me because it's not true. I couldn't live with that if that were true. Well, it just wouldn't happen. So it's just one of those, you can't go there because it's too far beyond. And so therefore, I cannot see myself in the eyes of others as the projection, as the, what did they describe me as today? The wife murderer. Right. I mean, you read that and you just, God, Lord, that looks awful. But it's not me. It just doesn't. Kathleen's favorite term was, that doesn't work. And it doesn't work for me, so I can't relate to it. Oh, Jesus. See, that's how much I try to keep it out, because I don't like to deal with it. I don't. How do you sum up I can't. When I think of Kathleen, I think of laughter, I think of fun, I think of life. I think of everything that I loved. And so therefore, I feel hollow, and to fill that hollowness, I do other things. I write. I try to keep my mind off of that. So I think anybody who's experienced a death is, knows that you can't, once you concentrate on that person, my lover, my wife, my mother, whatever, thousands of images come, and it's all past and it's all memory, and that's very happy in my case, but at the same time it's very sad because it's gone. So I couldn't tell you, a word, not 5 words, not 10 words. I think about her all the time. I just want to, laugh and share something with her, and I can't. So I try not to. And I don't do that out of any cruelty. It's almost self-preservation right now.